book of Armagh, Brian Boru, the 11th century High King or Emperor of Ireland, is called Imperatoris Scotorum. So here, Scotorum means the Irish, but of course today it refers to the Scottish. The Irish were essentially the original Scots, but I should explain some of the old names for Ireland. For instance, going right the way back to 320 BC, Pytheas, an old Greek explorer, called the island Ierne. And in Ptolemy's Geographia, it's called Iwernia. Now this probably comes from the old Irish name for the island, Eru, which means either fat or land of abundance, and this is where you get the current Irish name of Ireland. The Irish name for Ireland, by the way, is Air, and this is where you get island from if you just stick land at the end of Air. And Iwernia seems to have developed and became Hibernia, the old sort of Roman name for the island. And it was used by the Romans, but it became a lot popular later on, similar to Britannia for Britain or Caledonia for Scotland. But the people living here were called the Scotti or the Scoti by the Romans, and nobody has any idea as to where this came from or even what language. Some speculate that it is a Gaelic word for cut or broken man, others say that it's Greek for darkness, and the medieval chroniclers thought that the word Scoti came from Scota, a legendary daughter of a pharaoh and the ancestor to all the Irish. But after the Romans left, a kingdom of sorts emerged from here in Ulster. It's called Dalriata, and they took over western Scotland, and their influence and descendants are why the Scottish people today are called Scots, because some Scotti from Ireland travelled and occupied western Scotland. If you're interested in Gaelic, the Scottish people call themselves Alba, and this comes from the Roman Albion, which used to describe the whole of Britain. And an alternative name for Scotland, Caledonia, comes from one tribe that used to live in Highland Scotland in ancient times.